Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. So in today's video, I will be talking about my tips for low porosity hair. I have low porosity hair. Didn't know that I had that until diving into this YouTube world of curly hair people and seeing them describe their hair types and so on. So I was like, oh yeah, I guess I do have low porosity hair. And there's tests and ways to put your hair in water to see if you have it. And um, yeah, I realized I had it. I didn't really even need to do the tests because the way that people were describing what low porosity hair is like, I was like, yeah, that's me. So now that I know this about my own hair, I started thinking of ways to cater to it. And since catering to it, I've noticed that there's been such a big change. So I thought, why don't I describe my tips and tricks and things that I do for my low porosity hair. Especially when I do wash and go styles like this, that's when I really notice it, and that's when I really care about it. If I'm doing two French braids and then taking it out, or some type of hairstyle that's not a wash and go, then low porosity hair doesn't really mean much to me. But in times of wash and go, it does. So I will just get into it. I took notes so that I don't forget, so I'll just be referencing that. So the first thing is to stay away from silicones. I know it's easy to just use whatever products you have or whatever's easily accessible, and I get it. That was me at a point. But since being really careful and intentional about the types of products that I use, what types of ingredients they have, staying away from all of the silicones, the parabens, I've noticed a big change in my hair. My curl texture and pattern is so much better, less frizz, less buildup. I'm not a scientist. I don't necessarily know exactly what silicones are, but whatever's in it, it's not good. I do know a little bit, but yeah, I'm not a scientist, so I'm not going to get into it. So yeah, staying away from products that have silicone in it, from everything, everything that you use as shampoo, conditioner, then your products after, whatever you use to style. I'm a big believer in whatever you put on your body, whether that be your hair, your skin, your creams, your soaps, gets absorbed obviously into your skin, because your skin is the biggest organ. So being mindful about what products you're using, because ultimately your body absorbs it. And since I started thinking about things that way, I've been extra careful. Of course, I'm not perfect at it, or I'm not the best at it, but I try to be a little bit more intentional about okay, what does this have in it? Do I really want this applied on me? Whatever. So silicones for your hair, but just I guess products in general. I've mentioned this in my other videos about avoiding using heat. I think that goes without saying for low porosity, any type of hair. I went through a phase of straightening my hair or using a lot of heat products. Now I use no heat products, occasionally a diffuser, but avoiding heat. And I'm actually right now recovering from heat damage from straightening my hair a couple of months ago, and I've never experienced heat damage the way that I have. I talked a little bit about it in my other video, so I won't get too much into it, but heat damage is real. Using really hot straighteners and flat irons affect your hair. With that being said, if I do use heat, like I said, in a diffuser, another way that I will incorporate heat into my routine is when I'm trying to deep condition. Now I try to implement this in through the steam of the shower itself, but obviously you can't be sitting in the shower for hours, or for however long you like to keep your deep conditioner in. For me, I like to keep it in for hours, so obviously the steam is not optimal. for that long. So either like sitting under those old-fashioned hair dryer things, or this might be a weird thing, but like if I know that I'm going to be deep conditioning my hair and I'm gonna leave it in, I'll like save up a lot of things that I have to do, like a lot of like cleaning up, organizing, blah blah blah. Save that for when the deep conditioner mask is in my hair, so that I'm like naturally generating heat, you know? Like when I apply the mask in and then I cover it with a plastic bag and then I wrap that all around with a towel, I'm trying to trap the heat in. And then by keeping myself active and busy, that's just like increasing my body temperature, and that also acts as like another heat source. I'm getting off on a tangent. This might be super weird, but like that's another way that I try to um, like create that type of heat and steam. Anyways, so yeah, moving on. I also avoid using too much product. The only two things that are in my hair right now is my styling cream and my gel. The styling cream is not even a cream, it's actually like a conditioner that's meant for people with super fine hair. This might sound really strange again, but like it's a conditioner meant for people with really fine hair, so it's not a cream thing at all. If anything, it kind of looks like a really not strong gel. That I use as my curl cream because it's so much lighter. It applies so well. It technically is a conditioner, so it helps. It's obviously not a conditioner for curly hair, so it's not like super rich and like creamy. It's more of like that jelly type of consistency, but still a conditioner. I've been using it. I really enjoy it. It's done wonders for my hair. So that mixed with gel are the only two things that I use. And that's more than enough. Like with that, I achieve what I have now. Not to say that it's great, but like I'm okay with it. And the Denman brush. So I'm really minimizing the products that I use just to avoid that buildup. And I also don't have the time to be like applying so many products in my hair. Like 2 is more than enough, takes long enough. So yeah, so just if you can find ways to really hone in on really great products, they don't have to be a lot, they can literally be whatever. But honing in on that and like building on those products and seeing if that will do enough for you. I know it's like weird in the beginning, but yeah. Okay, so the next tip would be using lighter oils. So I do eventually use an oil, probably the day after my wash and go, and that's just for the shine element. It's not like oils on my scalp or anything like that. And then my next tip would be with the shampoo, try to use clarifying shampoos. There's a lot of different ones on the market. I like using clarifying shampoos. I get a lot of buildup on my scalp, so having something that kind of creates that clean palette, so to speak, for when for like the next steps in my routine. So finding a really good clarifying shampoo. I also use like the brushes, like the scalp brushes, and that's been a game changer as well. So those two things. My next tip would be while you're in your shower, when you're in the shower doing your hair care routine, not using super hot water. To be honest, I don't always follow that, but I do follow it at the end. I mentioned this in my other videos. When I'm rinsing it all out, I do use cold water, and that makes a big difference. For someone with low porosity hair like mine, the cold water kind of acts to like lock in all of the moisture and lock in the texture. So it's like day and night. If you literally split your hair in half, rinse one half with your normal like warm hot water, the other half with cold water, you'll see the difference. And I'm able to like rake my hands through my hair very easily. Obviously the cold water is not ideal, but for someone with low porosity hair, that's been a big game changer. You can also look for products that cater to low porosity hair. There's a lot of products on the market. I personally haven't used any, so I can't speak to that. If you have, please let me know. But I know that there's products out there. I personally haven't used them, but I know other people that have, and they say that it's great. So that may be a good place to start. My next tip would be use water-based products, especially as your styling products. So like I mentioned with the conditioner, it's very water-based. The conditioner as my curl cream is very water-based. The gel is also very water-based. With gel, it's a little bit tricky because you want it to have hold. So I don't know how much water-based it is for that product, but trying to use water-based products as much as possible. And then my last tip would be to always apply your products in the shower. What that means is, like, obviously when you're detangling your conditioner, when you're detangling your hair, you're applying your conditioner, you're detangling it with that to make your life easier. But also if there's steps that you can do in the shower, for instance, like applying in your product, that could be really helpful. If I'm being honest, I don't always follow that because I don't have any mirror in my shower, or like any mirror close to the shower, and I kind of need to see myself applying the product while I do it. Otherwise, like, I don't know, it just doesn't turn out the same. But if you do have a mirror in close proximity, or you're like able to, if you're someone who needs to watch themselves while they do it, like me, and you need a mirror and you have like a mirror that is easily accessible in your shower or close to your shower, then this is a really, really good tip, because then you're literally staying in this space where there's a lot of moisture and it just helps to seal it all in, minimize frizz, minimize tangles, because it's like, it's fresh. So if you can do that, then do that. With me, I can't always do that because of the mirror issue, but I do try to like do everything in the bathroom while there's still all of that heat and steam, so I would recommend doing it. And that was all of my tips of how to care for low porosity hair. Let me know what you do. Feel free to leave me a like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.